After overcoming countless hardships, you have at last reached the final room. You await the final question with sweaty palms. But before that, there is something that must be done. Yes, it's time to review your choices thus far. And so, laugh or cry. Here comes the last question. You can answer it if you wish, or elect to not answer it. Clothing, food, or housing. Which would you spend money on first? Are you absolutely sure?
Oh, we think alike.
You have summoned your will and selected an answer. This concludes the questioning. There are no correct answers, only the path you have chosen. Well then, the time has come to announce your destined partner. Your destined partner is, lo and behold,
What is this about? What is the meaning of summoning me here? Well, fine. This in itself is part of fate. I may as well enjoy it. Oh! What is the meaning of this? I was in the Velvet Room until a moment ago. This is a rather aggressive summons. It's completely ignored my own will. Furthermore, what do you think you're doing with my hand?
it seems you have reached your destination.
Oh?
This seems to be a path where lovers who met their destined partners discuss their love for each other. What could be waiting up ahead? You are free to step forth hand in hand, curiosity and fear in your hearts, or you can refrain.
Destined?
You are free to step forth or refrain from doing so. These are your apparent options. Now, step forth.
Essentially, this is where those who have been selected by destiny are guided. The immediate problem is our hands. It seems possible to physically rip them apart. You might experience some pain, but may I give it a try? I'm only joking. You're a precious guest of mine. I wouldn't hurt you. For now, that is. Well, standing around here aimlessly won't. No, if we're not going to rip them apart, they'll have to stay as is for the time being. Well, standing around here aimlessly won't. Oh. Are you expressing a desire to spend our lives together? No matter what ordeal you are forced to endure, would you hold fast in its face for all eternity, even if our lifespans are vastly different in length? I'm only joking. Don't look so frightened. Well, standing around here aimlessly won't do. While we are here, I will accompany you not as a resident of the Velvet Room, but as a temporary partner. This too is part of fate. I am certain there is some meaning in it. Let's enjoy this as destined partners.
Suddenly, all in attendance hear an announcement.
Oh, what could this be?
Up ahead, they see a bride and groom's joyous commemorative photograph of love. They confer between them whether to look at it or ignore it.
Is there an interesting exhibit up ahead? I hope that it's memorable. Could this be a wedding photo depicting us? This is a problem. A matrimonial relationship with a guest without my master's consent would be a scandal. It does sound like fun, though. That was a joke. I would like to play along, but this is far too cheap an imitation for that. Perhaps someone took the time to prepare this to heighten the mood. Sadly, marriage holds no meaning for we residents. It says something from a fairy tale for us. But there is one thing that intrigues me. That form of embracement. It is difficult unless the lifter has trained their biceps and back muscles. That pose requires an exquisite muscular balance. Are you capable of pulling it off? My, how trustworthy. Well, you're my guest, from whom I expect a great deal. This should be nothing for you. But words are cheap. If possible, I wish for you to give me the experience one day. Of course, when that time comes, we should do it where my master can't watch. I look forward to that. It seems there are no more discoveries to be made here. How honest of you. But is this simply false modesty? You have the power of the wild card, charged with infinite possibility. If you gave up on such a simple thing, I'd be very bewildered. I award that an 85 out of 100. It seems there are no more discoveries to be made here. My, you're surprisingly robust. Having physical strength is quite charmingly masculine. Since you have the power of the wild card, you might be said to be a wild child? That was too straightforward. So, isn't it about time that you put me back down? How wicked to do something like this with my guest and behind my master's back. Let's keep the memory of our secret tryst hidden in our hearts. It seems there are no more discoveries to be made here. Still, having one hand restrained is truly inconvenient. Since it restricts free movement, I entrust myself to you. See that you escort me flawlessly to the very end. Well then, let us proceed. That reminds me, there's something I've been curious about. Why are there so many people in your world who devote themselves to fortune-telling? At a fortune-telling booth I ran, most of my patrons were women asking for their romantic fortunes. It must be that everyone is waiting. Waiting like Cinderella for their destined prince. Then again, would a man such as you be interested in this topic? If you were curious too, I'll read your fortune anytime. Would you like to give it a try? My, who do you think it was who summoned me here? I'll expect you to take full responsibility for putting the shackles of destiny on me. Your resolve is firm enough, no? I'm only joking. My younger brother's presence here is bringing out my usual habits. Does it bother you that I treat you the same as my brother? Would you prefer something other? That was a triangle spread. Well then, we should wrap up. I wouldn't have to read your fortune to tell you that. I'm sure that you have a burning strength that could shake my heart. I can sense that heat. I hope that you'll allow me to reach deeper within you someday. I'll look forward to that. Well then, we should wrap up our... I see. You don't hesitate at all. When people are at a loss or harbor anxieties, they try to learn their destiny through fortune-telling. But one's destiny itself is not a gift. What's important is what you take from that destiny, and fortune-telling only assists in grasping what might be. You, it seems, are clearly aware of the path you must take. Well then, we should wrap up our chit-chat. There still seems to be more of this path ahead. Let's move onward.
The long-awaited moment has come. The bride and groom are finally about to enter. The last moment of hesitation has arrived before you are to be wed.
It seems this is our final destination.
Through your own free will, you decide to vow eternal love to each other.
Now what should we do? If we keep going, we will apparently be wed. That could be interesting.
Now, open the door together.
I see. So that is your answer. Then I'll have to answer yes to that as well. This is our yes-destiny. Come now, just go already.
You must vow your unwavering love for one another in sickness and in health. Now, vow your love.
No! I won't accept this!
Sensei! Hold it right there! It's not fair that Sensei gets to do this! I want to do a wedding with a lovely lady, too! Huh? Everyone's gaze is scary.